Colorado made a lot of noise. I think one of the starters in the portal. Yeah.
One of the starters, like you mean 30 of them?
Well, I guess the guy that really played a lot.
Team in transfer portal again.
Oh, really? They got some guys though.
Yeah, sure.
You got a Michigan State O-line transfer, and you got I believe a Louisville kid.
Oh, Ethan Boyd. So my homeboy Fa, who's been on this shows like a couple of times, he coached him in high school. He's a Lansing kid. That's interesting. I might try to get some insight on that. That's interesting. I didn't know that was the guy who
what's your take last week, Matt? Missing the show, we didn't get your take. What's your take on everything that transpired there? I don't know what else. I forgot something else happened in the news.
Shador called somebody out.
Oh yeah, Mike out. Max comes on our show. Yeah.
Okay, the transfer portal. I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, neither.
I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care who leaves. I don't care who comes in. I don't give a fuck who's on the team. I don't give a shit. Like, now I don't care.
Let me pause you. How hard is it to keep up with the fucking
I'm over it, dog. I got this week the guy's on this team. Next week he's on the other team. I don't even know who's.
I don't know none of the rosters in college football right now.
You want me to get all excited about these guys they're bringing in? I have no idea who the fuck they are. I'm sorry. I'm not. My fingers aren't covered in Cheeto residue, and this is not Mountain Dew Code Red, you fucking geeks. So all you urban nerds out there, I don't know these fucking kids, nor do I give a shit. But you know what? The recruiting people in Boulder think they're pretty good, so fuck it. That's my new. This is my. When you ask me about the transfer portal, I'm going to do this. Fuck it. I don't fucking know. Fuck it. Just because every one of these dickless wonders in the comments that have a problem, they like expect us to know how. You don't even know who these kids are. How should we know? I don't have a fucking clue who these guys are, man. So, look, I think that the transfer portal, I'm over it. I don't give a shit. This is the way college football is now. I hope you can find some guys you can win with. Good luck. The Shador Sanders thing and Coach Sanders and the whole Twitter feed beef.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Coach Sanders actually acknowledging people with 300 followers and shit. Like, okay. Two different ways to think about this. Number one, there's the vindictive asshole inside of me that wants to do the same thing to every one of these losers that comment. I want to do the same. You're a piece of shit.
I do it.
I know you do it. I know. I get it. But that's your MO. Like, I try hard not to do it, although sometimes I lose my mind. Who are you? When did you ever play? And I don't even think I was shit. Like, I was a very average player. I got hurt a lot. It was not fun. I don't really
think, bro.
Still don't think very highly of myself, but that's fine. You guys can think whatever you want. When you look at Coach Prime, I can't believe that he actually gave anybody else his power for that day, because it turned into something that it wasn't supposed to be. And if I'm Shador, you know what? I don't have a problem with him saying what he said, because it's just like what we said. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know who's on the team. You think Shador knows everybody on the team? They're rotating the roster 60 guys every 3 months. Of course he doesn't have a fucking clue who the guy is. He plays backup DB unless he's getting routed by Travis Hunter or Horn or one of these other kids in practice. And Shador's sitting in the film room going, who did we just route? He doesn't have a fucking clue who the kid is. They're not hanging out and shit. And look, my coach, the great Chris Wilson, who was a great player at Oklahoma and, coached forever and was my position coach for 5 years in college and is like a father to me. And he's now the Birmingham Stallions defensive coordinator in the UFL. And that's pretty good football too. I watched that game yesterday. It's pretty good. They're playing pretty hard, bro. It looks like it might work out. But he used to tell me all the time, ballers don't hang out with scrubs. I don't have a fucking clue who the backup fucking center is.
You know why billionaires don't hang out with hundredaires.
Exactly, bro. Like, ballers don't hang out with scrubs. So I'm sorry that this kid's feelings got hurt, but when I read that and I read he could have done it with a little bit more compassion. Bro, you can take your compassion and stick it up your fucking ass. This is a man's game. This is a grown fucking man's business where the alpha rules, period. There is no, you need to take into account my feelings. You need to take into account my emotions. And you need to be more compassionate when you cut me. Shut up, bitch. Kick fucking rocks. If you want respect, earn it in this game. You cannot buy it. You cannot obtain it. You can't get anybody to give it to you. You have to earn it. You have to earn it. And the fact that he actually had the audacity to say, you could have kept me with a little bit more compassion. Shut up, pussy, and kick fucking rocks. This is why CU's 4-8. It ain't because of Shador and Travis and Joe Horn and Coach Prime. It's because of the other softies on the fucking roster that need to get beat compassionately and need to be let go with compassion. Shut the fuck up.
Let me ask you then. Here, and this is
the pride and tradition of the Colorado Buffaloes will never be entrusted to the timid or the fucking weak and compassionate. Shut the fuck up.
Let me ask you.
Go Buffs.
This is not just for Dion either, because he's not the only one doing it. Everyone's doing it. But let me ask you. I showed you a text, Matt, and we're not sharing who it's from and all that, but. This is not just a Colorado issue, but here's the issue I have before you get off here. Like, if we're going to say that you're weak and you're soft, which we know the kids are, I'm the fucking biggest advocate.
Not all of them.
Well, not all of them.
That's soft.
Yeah, not all of them. So, but if we're going to say that out of this side of our mouth as the head coach, and then on this side, we're asking them to leave our program after they've done everything right. To me, it seems like we have an issue. That's my point.
Who said they did everything right? Because they went to every meeting and because they went to every practice and because they didn't get arrested, they did everything right. So and I'm not saying you would say this. I bet you wouldn't. But the standard is the standard, period. And if you can't meet that standard, you're not doing everything right. So actually the coaches see everything that they're not living up to that we don't see. So if they want to replace one of the kids, they have way more information than I do. They coach them every day. I don't fucking coach them. So yeah. I at some point, I've got to actually think that the coaches around the country know what they're evaluating.
But here's what I'm saying. We're doing it everywhere. So everyone's taking each other's trash. Same kid. So the same kid we just talked about, we're taking them on this side of the world, though. Yep. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense. That's all we're doing.
But the
can't
same
play
way,
here, take them.
Yeah, but think about, we just talked about Russell Wilson, right? The same way he didn't fit in Denver, he might fit in Pittsburgh. So you've got to kick the tires again. You can't just say that because this kid didn't fit this scheme, he didn't fit this. When I was a junior at CU and I played 3 technique under who the fuck Coach God, what was his name? I can't even remember the fucking defense coordinator's name. Benso Crew. All right. And he was telling me, and think about this, Schmitty. This is insanity. You're at 3 technique. You can never take the inside move. You always have the B gap. And I'm sitting there like, that I can't take the inside, like the whole entire
season. No matter what,
I can't take the A gap. So the whole entire season, I was like freaked out that I couldn't take the A gap. So I only had like 3 sacks, and I had a really shitty year, and we didn't make a bowl game. And I was like, I was questioning myself, like, oh my God, what are we going to do here? This might not work. Well, the next year they hired Mike Hankwitz, and Mike Hankwitz is an all-time great defense coordinator that was at the A&M Wrecking Crew and all these other great schools. He was at CU, and then he went somewhere else, came back to CU, and Coach Barnett hired him my senior year. And the first thing Coach Hank did was walk up and go, you're the 3 technique, you have free reign. I don't care what you do. We will make up for your mistake. If you see something, go make a play. My senior year, I had 60 tackles, 13 TFLs, and 9 sacks. So the scheme and the coach that you have and what they tell you and allow you and develop you to do, it fucking matters big time. Because if I were my junior year, put those numbers up and that kind of tape moving into my senior year, I'm definitely not undrafted. That's for damn sure.
Here's my point, though, and this is a nationwide thing, not just Colorado. Colorado just gives us content to bring up all the time. Here's the issue I have, though, with what we're doing. We're telling you we're trying to build a program on this side of the fence, and then on this side we're getting rid of either just character, GPA. Back in our days, Matt, we'd be like, hey, you can't play dead in the Western, but guess what? You help
you got the JPA up.
Yeah, you help our team roster GPA, right? So nowadays that's gone.
Some of my best friends are GPA guys.
That's gone now. Here's my whole issue with it, because at the end of the day, we've turned this into professional football, but yet we still use the term student athlete at the NCAA level. We need to abolish that shit, because it's a slap in the face to these kids who we're in the business for. The last time I checked, Matt, the blood life of college football rosters are the fucking players. It ain't nothing else. It's the players. The players are the blood life. That blood life comes from either high school, junior college, or now transfer portal, which has 4,200 kids in it as of this morning. So if I want to go into those three areas and recruit and build a program, I can't say you're doing everything right, which we're seeing for the players that aren't very good on the field, let's be honest, and then say, I need you to go May 5th, which is springtime's over, and now I can't get on a new roster. I think there's a fundamental issue going on in the nation, and it's not Colorado. It's not anybody. It's a bylaw. It's a rule that we're saying in one end, we need the kids to do the XYZ. And then on this side, we're fucking the kids by saying, hey, you can't play here in May. Good luck going to another fucking school when you know you can't. So, like, I see a huge issue as far as how we're treating these babies, and they're just a piece of meat, which we've always been a piece of meat. We've always been a piece of meat. Let's be honest.
But I wasn't no baby in college. At least I don't
say I'm not. You got me wrong. I don't mean it that way. I mean, as a coach and an older coach and a guy that's been coaching for their whole lives, we still call kids babies to this fucking day. There are babies. There are babies.
30-year-old men that are our babies. I get that. Okay.
Yeah, all right. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you for clarifying.
This is about our babies. This is about the babies in this business. Like, I got coaches that still call me baby. Hey, boy, you was like, I get. So that's what Matt understands what I'm saying now. What I mean is, I think we're fucking just throwing them to the wolves around the world, a country. And I think that we're speaking out of two sides out of our mouth right now, and it's a bad deal.
Well, check this out. So we all said this, and Schmitty, you can chime in here too, because I would definitely want to get your opinion on this, and then I'll get off. And everybody that's in the chat, man, you guys are killing it this morning. You guys got 600 fucking people in the chat right now going. Make sure you come over to 0 to 60 at 10 a.m. and we'll be talking about a bunch of the Colorado stuff. It'll just be me on there. You can ask any questions you want. We'll be back on this week.
Man, we got 1,000 in here right now.
Yeah, you guys got a bunch of people watching. It's all because of me too. I just looked so good.
Wait.
I'm telling you, I'm getting fucking skinny and sexy over here. And right when I do it, I'll probably
we got 2,000 almost on Twitter. So good.
Shit, man. Things are looking fucking up. At 60 Academy on all the platforms, at 60 Equipment. Go check it all out. I'm saying this.
That's Georgia, by the way, while you talk. Go ahead.
I'm saying this. Like, I saw something the other day of the top, what was it? Top 10 kids from the 2020 or 2021 recruiting cycle. And I didn't know one of them. That's 4 years ago now. They should be going into their junior, senior year and be ballers that we're talking about, right? Not one of the fucking kids I could identify. And half of them don't play anymore. So I'm sorry, but the way they're ranked, the way that the kids are evaluated, the unbelievable way that they're offered, again, it's the mass offering. It's not, well, I've really evaluated this kid a lot and I love him. It's, oh, fuck, Tennessee offered him. Well, we're as good as Tennessee, or we want to be as good as Tennessee. So now we're going to offer him. And that's not the way it's supposed to work. You're supposed to find guys that fit you. And, you know, I think that there's a huge problem with evaluation in college football. But look, the people that understand this first, and I hate to say this, but the University of Nebraska seems to be at the forefront of this, in my opinion, just because of the way that they talk and the way that they recruit. Back in the building again this week. The team that goes after the high school guys first and starts paying them the fucking respect that they deserve and stops going after the transfer portal guys all the time and acting like they're some prize, getting 1 or 2 guys in the portal is okay. That's the same as JUCO or transferring. Getting 50 players in the portal, I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see because it's so fresh. But I know that if you go stack your team with 25 fresh-faced rookies every year that all want to be there, that are all really, really happy for the opportunity, you're going to get some really, really hungry, humble, and fucking very, 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 how do I say this, loyal football players to you. You know, I asked Coach Satterfield from Nebraska, their online coach, was in the gym on Tuesday, and I asked him, like, you guys have had like one person lead the program. He goes, yeah, it's a family. Like everybody there is like-minded. They're all competing with each other. They're not going to look outside of the room for competition when we're doing it inside the room. And I'm like, holy shit, that's pretty fucking deep. So I really, truly believe this. Nebraska just happens to be the example I brought up, but the team that starts, you know, I truly believe that if Colorado would just build a fence around their state and recruit their kids, they would dominate. I mean, fuck, man, there's NFL guys all over the place just from my gym, and none of them went to Boulder. So they're all from fucking Parker. So I don't know the answer to all these questions, but I'll tell you this, we're going to keep talking about that shit.